all know what today is, which means we are going to be making the Millennium Falcon. My name is Ray, and this is You're Stirring It Wrong. To get started, I have 1.5 cups of unsweetened cocoa powder, and I'm going to mix in 1/2 cup of melted butter. This is going to be a substitute for baking chocolate, unsweetened baking chocolate, because I only had sweet baking chocolate. Lots of sugar. Oh no, it's so hard. Okay, here in the bowl of my stand mixer, I'm going to combine 3 cups of flour, 4 cups of sugar. That is a lot of sugar. And 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And 1 teaspoon of salt. And we're gonna mix it. I think that's combined. So now I've got 2 cups of hot water, hopefully, and 3 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. And I'm going to dissolve it in there. Once the cocoa is dissolved in the water, I'm going to whisk in 1 cup of oil, and 1 cup of Greek yogurt. And I'm gonna whisk it all together. Now I'm going to pour in all the wet ingredients into the sugar and flour. I'm gonna start it on low and gradually mix in the rest. Now I'm going to crack 4 eggs. Try it the fancy way. I seem to have lots of trouble with eggs. Let's see. I did it one-handed, yay! Oh, this one. Yes, perfect. And now I have to go wash my hands. So I'm just gonna lightly whisk my eggs. I'm gonna add them to the blender and mix them in. Now I'm going to preheat the oven to 345 degrees. I'm gonna use a spatula to scrape the bottom and see. Okay, now I'm going to add the melted chocolate to the mixer, and then we'll be done. For the Millennium Falcon, I'm going to be using a rectangular pan and 1 circle pan. And I'm going to spray it with some cake spray, which is cooking spray and flour in one. Just spray it. Oh, it smells so good. And I'm going to spray my other pan. Make sure you get the sides when you're spraying it too. Ooh, it looks so good. It's like so smooth and chocolatey, and like it's a nice dark chocolate color. I'm just gonna scrape down the bowl again and then mix it, because I think there's some stuff like on the sides, and mixing it again. Oh, look, it's like a little chocolate waterfall. And it will be very thin. Now I'm gonna pour it into my 2 pans. Just try to make it as even as possible. All right, now I'm going to stick these in the oven for about 30 minutes, but then we're gonna check on them. Okay, now our cakes are done and they're completely cooled down. We ended up cooking the little one for 30 minutes and the big one for 40 minutes. So the first step to making the Millennium Falcon is carving the cake. I'm going to flip, oh my gosh, it's heavy. I'm gonna flip the rectangular cake. And yay, it came out perfectly. Now I'm gonna flip it right side up onto this pan, which is where I'm going to be making my whole cake. I'm gonna start cutting it. I've never made the Millennium Falcon cake before, so let's just hope I can do this. Like 2 inches, like starting there, and then I'm gonna cut straight this way. Oh my gosh, hopefully that wasn't too much. Set that aside. Perfect. Middle. There. I will not lose it. Keep my eye on it. I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna cut up to the middle and go back down. We're just gonna go for it. Trying to split it pretty evenly into 3. This is going to be one part of the front, and here's another part of the front. Oh, and then I cut a little square. There we go. It's getting everywhere still. So now I've got my circle cake, and I'm going to flip it out onto here. Okay, now we're at this part. You put this here, and this here, and this here. It fits perfectly, wow! Except this one is taller, so I think I'm gonna have to cut it. I'm gonna need a bread knife. It's all over me. Chocolate everywhere. I'm going to use this cup to cut a perfect circle for the pilot area, and that way we don't have to worry about cutting circles. That can be a lot of pressure. Okay, and hopefully the cake comes out of the cup. Perfect circle. How does that look? my gosh. This is the best chocolate cake ever. Mmm, it's so good. Oh, I don't even know what to say. Well, I am so happy with how this turned out, and we actually have a lot of cake left over, so this is definitely to share. Let me know if you ever try baking it and how it turns out. And as always, thanks so much for baking with me. Let me know if there's anything that you want me to bake, and I'll see you next time on You're Stirring It Wrong. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Do I gotta stab him or something?
Yes.
Andrew!
Okay, go, stab him. Let's go.
Die! I don't have to actually stab you! Why is it like this?
It's not sweet.
It's very bitter. And we're gonna mix it. It's not on. I plugged it in! Wait. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. It smells so good.
You tasted it again.
It smells so good.